Welcome, welcome. I hope your week has started off great. It's that time of the week again when we highlight 5 publications for you to get tucked into. Today is International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction, and for your reading pleasure, we are recommending the 2019 Global Assessment Report on Disaster Risk Reduction by the United Nations. This report is an update on progress on the implementation of the Zendaya framework for disaster risk reduction. This framework lays out concrete actions to protect development gains from the risk of disaster. The report analyzes the changes in risk science and presents innovative research and practice for pursuing risk-informed sustainable development. This year's theme for the International Day of Disaster Risk Reduction is on governance, and part 3 of this report discusses the successes, challenges, and enabling environment for UN member states to develop and effectively implement the Zendaya framework. Next on our list is the 2020 report on the state of food security and nutrition in the world. As some of you know, the 16th of October is World Food Day, so for anyone looking to speak at events or running an advocacy campaign for World Food Day, we got you, and this report should be essential reading. I have to say the cover page for this report is really pretty, so that makes you want to read it, but it is quite a long read at 320 pages. But I think you should make time for it. I think it'd be worth it. This report is published annually by FAO, IFAD, UNICEF, WFP, and WHO. That's a lot of people. And this year's report focuses on transforming food systems for affordable, healthy diets. The report is in 2 sections, and section 1 is more of an analysis of the progress towards achieving hunger, food insecurity, and nutrition targets presented at global and regional levels. It also touches a little bit on how COVID-19 could affect food security. Now, section 2 goes ahead to make the argument that access to a healthy diet is a prerequisite for eradicating malnutrition, but healthy diets are unaffordable for many people. It also provides guidance to countries on how to transform their food systems to provide access to affordable, healthy diets for everyone. For our 3rd recommendation this week, we introduce you to a very interesting publication on how film and media stereotypes affect the lives and leadership ambitions of girls and young women. We found it so interesting that we are actually discussing it in an upcoming episode of the Dev Dispatch podcast. The central idea of this report is that girls and young women are influenced by what they see on screen, but the current content of film and media discourages their leadership aspirations. This report includes the voices of 10,000 girls and young women in 19 countries across the globe, and it analyzes 56 top-grossing films in 2018 from 20 countries. 6 of these countries are in Africa. This report is published by Plan International in partnership with the Gina Davis Institute on Gender in Media. There are quite a number of observance days this week, and our next report has been selected in celebration of the International Day of Rural Women, which is on Thursday, the 15th of October. The report is a technical paper from the Food and Agricultural Organization of the UN. It explores the relationship between social protection and the economic capacity of rural women, and it looks at 5 common social protection instruments from a gender perspective. These include cash transfers, asset transfers or asset packages, public works programs, micro-insurance, and input subsidies. The paper also puts forward 11 key elements required for the full realization of rural women's economic empowerment. Last on our list of recommended reports or publications for this week is one on the COVID-19 pandemic. Here, we are highlighting a report that examines the effect of COVID-19 in Africa on its people, its capacity to prosper, and its partnership. It also highlights policy recommendations for mitigating the effects of this pandemic. This report is published by the UN Economic Commission for Africa. We've come to the end of our recommendations for this week. I hope you found it very helpful. Just to highlight that the African Youth SDG Summit is happening from the 4th to the 5th of November 2020. If you haven't signed up yet, please do. We'll have all the details in the notes. We'll also have all the links to all the reports that we've recommended today in the notes as well. If you have a recommendation that you'd like to share with us so we can include it in our next episode, please do that. Our emails are also in the show notes. Stay safe, everyone, and happy reading.